Good morning, students. This is Shiba. Today we are going to discuss about the microprocessor and microcontrollers Unit 3 I/O interfacing. In this unit, in last session we have discussed about the memory and I/O interfacing and its applications. Now we are going to discuss about the parallel communication interface. The chip used for this communication, parallel communication, is 8255. You can see in this diagram Intel 8255. This is the chip representation of parallel communication interface. 8255 chip is also called as programmable peripheral interface, designed for use with Intel's 8-bit, 16-bit and higher capability microprocessors. This 8255 is a 40-pin integrated circuit designed to perform a variety of interface functions in a computer environment. It is very flexible and economical, and so it is implemented in a lot of real-time applications. What does mean this parallel communication interface? Parallel. What do you mean by this parallel? What does mean by serial? Yes, first you have to know the difference between the communication, then only you can easily understand the topic. Serial means you will be sending a data. For example, I am connecting 8 devices. The first device will start sending the data. After the first device complete sending the data, the second device will start initiating a data transfer. After completion of the second device, third device will start and it goes on up to 8th device. Whereas in parallel communication, you need not wait for any device to complete the data transfer for your data transfer to get initiated. Yes, if I am the 8th device, I don't need to wait for the 7th device to complete the data transfer. You can send your data while the 7th device is sending the data, while the 6th device is sending the data, or even the first device is sending the data. Yes, the 8 devices can send their data at a time without need for waiting the other device to send their data. So this is the advantage of the parallel communication compared to the serial communication. Serial communication takes place in a bit manner. Every device will be sending only after completion of the previous device. Whereas in parallel communication, all the devices you are connecting can send their data at a time, synchronously. So this is the major advantage of parallel communication interface. And you can see the pin diagram. It is a 40-pin dual-in package where each side has 20 pins. These are all the pin arrangements. You can see there are 3 major ports available here: port A, port B, port C, which is depicted in the diagram. Apart from the port pins, 8 data pins are available from D0 to D7, and 2 address pins are available: A0, A1, read pin, write pin, chip select pin, reset, ground pin. These are all the 40 pins available in, and VCC. These are all the 40 pins available in 8255. And this is the signal representation. As I have mentioned, 8 port A pins, 8 port B pins and 8 port C pins. Apart from this, the 8 data pins, 2 address pins, read pin, write pin, VCC, ground, chip select and reset pins are available. So here they have mentioned 24 input output pins of 3 ports: port A, port B, port C. Group A belongs to port A and port C upper 4 pins, whereas group B belongs to port B and port C lower 4 pins. And they have given the pin representation. Port A belongs to port A0 to A7 and B0 to B7, C0 to C7. So totally 24 pins. Upper 4 pins belongs to C4 to PC4 to PC7, and lower 4 pins belongs from PC0 to PC3. So this is the 8 data pins used for data transfer. And chip select pin, in this you can select logical 0. The microprocessor can either read or write the data. Reset is used to reset the entire processor, entire chip, and you can start from the initial. Read data, if this pin is given as low, it will read the data, and write, if this pin is given low signal, it will perform write operation. A0, A1 are the two address pins available here, and this is the control logic. Yes, for 8 data pins, what are all the work they are doing? D0, it performs input output function of port C lower, and D1 input output function of port B. D2 for mode selection of port B, either 0 or 1, mode 0, mode 1. D3 used for IO function of port C upper, and D4 used for IO function of port A, and D6 and D5, this is used for mode selection of port A, and D7 is always 1. These are all the control logic available, and this is the port selection tabulation. You can see clearly chip select A1, A0. This pins decides the port, which port you are going to select. If all are 0, you will be selecting port A. If A0 is alone 1, you will be selecting port B. And if A1 is 1, port C is selected. A0, A1 giving as 1, control register is selected. Chip select giving as 1. Another A0 and A1 is not used, giving as port 8255 is not selected for communication purpose. This is the block diagram architecture of 8255, and you can see clearly all group of ports are depicted, and data bus transfers given. Read write control logic is also given. This block diagram has 4 major parts: data bus transfer, read write control logic, group A, group B controls, and port ABC. As we have seen, data bus transfer D0 to D7, 8 pins is used for data transfers from outside peripheral devices to your processor. Read-write control logic is either used to read or write the data. Chip select pin will decide whether we are going to read or write the data, and reset and finally to address pins also belong to this read-write control logic. Group A and Group B, port A and port C upper, port B and port C lower belongs to the Group A and Group B. So port A, this is an 8-bit latched buffered output and 8-bit input port. It can be programmed in 3 modes, either mode 0, mode 1 or mode 2. Whereas port B, it can be programmed in either 2 mode 0 or 1. Port C, it can be programmed in mode 0 alone. And this is the control word register. As we have seen in the previous slide, this D0, D1 up to D7 will decide which control word we are going to transfer. Mode of operation of 8255, either it operates in 2 modes, bits reset mode or input output mode. If we are selecting BSR mode, it is given in port C. IO mode will perform in 3 modes: mode 0 for simple input output operation, and mode 1 for handshake mode, mode 2 for bidirectional data transfer. In BSR mode, this is the pin values of 8 data pins. D0 will be either set or reset. B0, B1, B2 will be port C bit select, and another 3 pins D4, D5, D6 will be unused, that is don't care condition, and D7 will be 0 for BSR mode. And for IO mode, and this is the tabulation of the corresponding BSR mode, and IO mode, D0 will be port C lower, D1 will be port B, either input or output. It will be taken according to the input, either 0 or 1 is given. D2 will be Group B mode, and D3 will be port C upper, D4 will be port A, same as the D1, either 0 or 1 which selects input or output. D5 and D6 will be Group A mode selection bit. For 00 it selects mode 1, for 01 it selects mode 2, and for 1x it selects mode 3. D7 will be always 1 for IO mode. As I have said in the previous diagram, mode 0 simple input output mode, port A and B are used at this simple IO modes, and port C has 4-bit to 4-bit ports. Its main features are outputs are latched, inputs are not latched, and port does not have handshake or interrupt capability. This is the diagrammatic representation of mode 0. Moving to the next mode 1, input or output with handshake. This handshake signals are exchanged between memory and peripherals units. Its main features are port A and B are used as simple IO ports. Each port uses 3 lines for port C as handshake signals. Input and output data are latched and input logic supported here. Moving to the third one, mode 2, bidirectional data transfer, used primarily in applications such as data transfer between 2 computers, Its major features are port A can be configured as the bidirectional port, port B in mode 0 or mode 1. Port A uses 5 signals from port C as handshake signals for data transfer. Remaining 3 signals from port C used as simple IO or handshake for port B. And these are all about the 8255 parallel peripheral interface. Regarding the real-time application of this parallel peripheral interface, if you are connecting your laptop to the mobile using an USB cable, for example, and if you are connecting another device also in another USB port, pen drive in USB port, you can communicate simultaneously between the two ports without waiting for the one port to complete their data transfer. For example, if you are copying a file from a laptop to the mobile and the pen drive at the same time, if you are giving the request, it will be processing the request simultaneously without needing for the device to wait. At the same time, you can also take another example. If you are downloading some information from the laptop internet service, and at the same time if you are playing the video, you can take your application of downloading as well as video playing will be taking simultaneously without waiting for the downloading to complete. Video playing will be also taking place. Both process will take place simultaneously. It is also a real time example of parallel peripheral interface. So that's all about the topic we have discussed in parallel peripheral interface. If you have any doubts in this, you can ask me and get the details. Thank you.